Hi, guys, and welcome to the Horror Room. So, I'm back with another midweek update, and I've got a lot of cool goodies to share with you guys. First off, we're going to start with something that I don't collect like a lot of, but I've kind of gotten into them a little recently. Um, a while back, I picked up a little book on Albert Fish, and then I recently, a few months ago, picked up a book on Helter Skelter. I've been reading through that one. It's very long. It's like 600 pages. But I found a couple more books, and true crime stuff is not really my thing entirely, but some of the stuff has been interesting. And I said, you know what, there are some infamous cases out there that I wouldn't mind learning a little bit more about. Um, so I got the Zodiac Unmasked book about the Zodiac killings, and it's got photos of like the crime scenes, not like victims or anything. I mean, not that I know of. It's got like the sketches of the Zodiac killer himself. So I think this will be an interesting read. Um, Now, the main reason I've been picking up these books is there's one that I wanted to get. It's really hard to find. It's called The Beast of Jersey, about this guy named Edward Paisnell. I think that's his name. And he did some terrible, terrible things. But he wore. Let me see if I can get you guys to show it to you. He wore that vampire girl mask. It's by Topstone. He wore kind of a rubber version of it, and it was really like faded and gross and really creepy looking. And you know, it happened around like the 60s or the 70s, I believe. I don't know, but it's kind of like a precursor to like the Ed Gein and Texas Chainsaw stuff, just in terms of looks, not in terms of what he did. Um, but yeah, it's just really creepy, and I would love to read that book. And it's written by his wife of all people. I think there's a different book written by somebody else. I'll have to see if I can find either one. And then I found this book, which sounded kind of interesting because it's based in Indiana, which is where I'm from. And it's called Where the Bodies Are Buried. So I thought that'd be a kind of an interesting book to take a look at. Next off, I got a horror disc or a horror movie on Laserdisc. It is a horror disc. Um, I did not bring scissors in here. I'm just realizing that. Well, whatever. Anyways, it's Misery, Stephen King's Misery. It's a great movie. Now, the only thing that I noticed when getting it, aside from it being sealed, whoa, it's got the sticker from Camelot. I've never heard of them. Maybe it's like a Suncoast, like an old style, or maybe it's a record store. I don't know. 14.88. That's not terrible if you bought it brand new back in the day. Um, Now I did pay a little bit more than that, but not too much more. Um, but I did notice, and I pointed this out because I'd never seen this before. There is a hole in the corner, even though this is sold as sealed. And I guess when they were discounting them, they had like maybe a security tag or something. That's incredibly stupid. Like, it just upsets me. I mean, obviously the disc isn't in that section, but still, it's pretty odd that they would do that. I really want to open this up. Let me see if I can figure out a way to do this safely. You'd think I would start from the hole, but I don't want to mess with the actual case of the Laserdisc. And like I said, I did not bring any keys or anything in here, and I have no I have no good fingernails to do this with. Um, yeah, I think we're just gonna have to skip it. But it is sealed. But I do plan on opening it because I like to watch my movies. So yeah, let's just put it back in the sleeve for now. I just thought that was kind of cool, and it is a Stephen King movie that I definitely enjoy. So I'm like, why not get a cheap Stephen King movie on Laserdisc? I would love to get Maximum Overdrive on Laserdisc, assuming that was released here in North America on Laserdisc. Um, but I do have that. Now let's check out some VHS because, of course, I picked up some VHS. Why wouldn't I? I got The Fly 2. Now, the place I got the Laserdisc from is the same place I got this. I went, exchanged a lot of other movies that I'm just like, I don't want to watch these, and got some good store credit. I didn't end up spending all of it. Honestly, I only got like 3 things there, and one of them wasn't a horror movie. So these are the only 2 items from there. But I do have a ton of store credit, and I'm planning on going back probably closer to the convention, maybe after, just to see what his inventory was like. Oh, so I go in there. Let me just tangent real quick. I go in there, and he tells me that my holy grail for Laserdiscs had come in, and just, someone bought it or yoinked it right away from me. And he was going to get a hold of me and ask if I was interested, but he forgot. They had my Halloween Criterion Laserdisc. I've been after this thing for a while. A while back, it was like $50 or $60, and I passed on that, and I wish I hadn't, because it's basically doubled in price now. And as much as I want it, I can't justify spending that on a movie I have multiple copies of, even though that's probably the last copy I want. But yeah, Halloween Criterion Laserdisc, that's the one I'm after. But he had this in the store. I have the first movie. I just have never seen the second one. So I said, you know what? I got to get The Fly 2, get it ready so I can back-to-back those. I don't have the first one on VHS, though. No, I don't. No. I don't even know why I'm looking. It's over there. But yeah, hopefully this is a good movie. This next one, I got it for a really good deal, and I was very happy to add it, and that's Dawn of the Dead, director's cut, the remake. This is a Zack Snyder film, of all people. I think, honestly, I like his endeavors in the horror genre. Maybe one day he'll go back to it. I mean, I know he did with Army of the Dead, but we're not going to talk about that one. This is a movie that holds a special place in my heart. This is one of the first few remakes that I really enjoyed, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I got to see this multiple times in theaters, of course. I had to. And it's just a fun remake. If you've never tried it, check it out. It's not as great as the original, of course, but it's still pretty fun. And then I marked off another film on my bingo card. I know, I gotta stop because the convention is literally right around the corner. Maybe by the time this is out, it's already gone. But I had to get Child's Play 3, Look Who's Stalking. Love that cover. It's not as iconic, in my opinion, as the second one, but it looks good. It's right there with it, and you got that cool picture of Chucky on the back holding a knife. This, I think, was another staple for rental stores. You'd see that. And I do got those stickers, so I am going to put one on here. I haven't decided which one, but I'm probably going to wait till after the VHS convention to go through those. So now let's look at my DVDs. I didn't get too many, but I like what I got. So first off, I got this one pretty cheap. I don't remember it being too good, but I said, hey, let's give it another shot. Maybe that early 2000s nostalgia will kick in. And that is, there's some tape on here. Fear.com. I've always liked the cover. It's really cool and creepy. And then you got that weird, skin thing. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie, so I have no recollection of much that happens. So yeah, this might be a fun little watch. Go down memory lane. Then I finally picked up the last Howling movie that I needed, Howling 4, the original Nightmare. Right off the back, these are some wild screenshots. And I have not seen anything past the first 2 Howling movies. So now I can have a little mini marathon, because I'm pretty sure I have 1 through 6 now. Pretty sure. So that'll be fun to do. And then here's a movie that I've been curious about, as well as the sequels. And I said, you know what? I might as well get it. And it's an extended version of the original movie. And that's Hell House LLC. The cover leaves a little bit to be desired, but this is one of those ones that I've heard great things about. I I've seen the image of like the guy in the clown mask. So let me know if you guys have seen Hell House LLC. Let me know if it's really any good. I know it's a found footage movie. Those can be kind of hit or miss, so hopefully it falls into the hit category. Like this next film, which I was really mad that I didn't pick it up at Walmart when I had the chance, so I had to order it online. But I don't regret it because I had to have this movie, and that's stop motion. It's a very interesting concept, and it's a very weird movie with a lot of creepy, disturbing parts. If you've never seen it, I would say this and Oddity would make a great double feature. They kind of came out around the same time, so they're pretty fun movies to watch. And last but definitely not least, I've seen part of this movie back in the day, and I kind of got bored and turned it off. I know, blasphemy. But I decided, you know what? He is God, and I should own this. So, Cat in the Brain, Lucio Fulci. I had to get it. It's got that iconic cover, so you know, and it's got a little booklet. I love it when they come with stuff like this. Uh, it's a 2-disc edition. What's the other disc? DVD. They're both the DVD. What? Okay, so maybe one of these has just the bonus features. I guess. But the thing that stood out to me on the back of this, because recently I got a book about Fulci, and it was written by a fan, and he was talking about the first time that Fulci visited America and came to a convention. And that just so happens to be on here, and it's the 1996 New York City Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. Now, if you remember, hold on. I do have this Fangoria's Weekend of Horrors VHS, but let me see if this is the what date this is. 1986. So yeah, this was a little later in their life, but now I have two little time capsules to kind of experience the Fangoria horror convention, which I'm assuming was one of the first few ones to kind of popularize the idea. So that's going to be great, especially to see the one with Fulci in it, because that was his first and last appearance in America before he passed away at a convention. I mean, so yeah, it's kind of sad that he didn't really get to experience the love that his fans have for him quite as much as he should have, but he still at least got to experience some of that. So there you have it, guys. There's my midweek update. A little more pickups. Might slow down. It probably will, because once I hit that VHS convention, assuming I haven't already, but you'll know when I do that one. It won't be a midweek video. It'll be like a Sunday video. Yeah, it's probably going to slow down a bit because I'm trying to save money. I'm actually planning on moving next year. Not sure what I'm going to do in regards to this channel and the updates. Maybe I'll film a couple videos and they can get released on a schedule, or who knows, might go on hiatus for a little bit. We'll see, because once everything's packed up, there's no point doing a horror room if it's empty walls behind me. But I'll figure it out, and I'll let you guys know when that's getting closer. But it definitely shouldn't happen until next year. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you on Sunday.